First off, we got Donald Trump in his first 100 days. Before we get to his first 100 days, first 100 day review, we gotta look at the fact that Donald Trump's poll numbers have been falling since he was reelected this term. His first term was met with a lot more um, uh, celebration, if you will, because he was new to the scene. People didn't know what to expect. They thought he was going to come on the scene and just provide a fresh, new, you know, body, a fresh new mindset, a fresh new voice to what's been going on in Washington. I don't think they seen it. I don't think they got what they were looking for. I really don't think they got what they were looking for. Because they talked about draining the swamp, and the swamp wasn't drained. First term and the second term. And we've seen just with the number of individuals, not even individuals, big corporations that donated to Donald Trump's inauguration fund the second time around, just how much that swamp has grown. That swamp ain't drained, not a bit. So all the talk that Donald Trump was going to come on the scene and drain the swamp, we didn't see that his first term, and we're not seeing that so far his second term. And I think that's one of the reasons, aside from everything else, that you're seeing his low poll numbers or low approval numbers. Um, According to Forbes, 55% of Americans think that Donald Trump is doing a bad job of what he's doing right now. So he's not got a 55% disapproval rating. Additionally, 60% of Americans think that America's going on the wrong track, meaning America is in a bad position. You know, we've seen Trump keep some of his campaign promises in regards to deportation and wanting to keep the borders kind of secure, as he wants to call it, lock up the border, secure the border, whatever you want to refer to it as. But we've seen him do whatever he said he was going to do in regards to immigration. Do you agree with the terms? That's up to you. Do you agree with the methodology? Do you agree with the path that he's taken to address immigration? I personally don't. I think it can be done a lot better, especially since what we've seen happen is that the ones that were targeted were the TPS recipients, people that were in the green card process, people that were already in the process of becoming United States citizens. These are the individuals that are being deported under this Trump term versus under Biden and even Obama's terms. Because when we look at the numbers of deportations, the numbers are, on par with each other. But when we look at the quality, the actual individuals that are being deported, we see a stark difference. Obama and Biden actually went and deported the criminals. We're seeing a narrative under this administration that says the fact that you entered the United States of America at all makes you a criminal. So that makes you liable to be deported. I say that again. Under this administration, they feel like just you crossing the border alone on this technical basis, no matter what you cross the border for, you're a criminal. You broke the law, We can deport you. Biden, Obama, even Bush, they went and got real criminals, ones that were over here for whatever reason or other, and not actually contributing to society. And that's a key thing to point out here. Because right now we have farmers, construction, companies, the whole construction industry, let's say that are just shook and scared because they ain't got no fucking employees. Like they're let's keep it a buck here. Let's keep it a buck. The farm workers, the construction industry. We seen it here in South Florida. When these ice rains started, construction sites started getting skipped, man. We started seeing motherfuckers just we started seeing individuals miss work that hadn't missed work ever. We started seeing the Home Depot and Lowe's parking lot get real empty. You ain't see them. Me no speaking English types in the parking lot no more. Now, on another note, it is kind of refreshing just be able to get to the parking lot, get in, get out, and not be harassed. Like, hey, boss, 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 boss. Like, yo, chill. I know how to put whatever the hell I'm coming here to buy. Go talk to the little old lady that's like, go talk to her. Like, leave me alone, boss man. If I want you to come work on something around here, I come holler at you, dog. But it's refreshing to be able to walk through that parking lot and not be harassed. So that's refreshing. But when it comes to the economy, the war in Ukraine, um, things like that, Trump has not kept his campaign promises in these first 100 days. Um, one thing that we should focus on that I don't think is caught enough attention is Trump's push to try and end birthright citizenship in those first 100 days. It's going to take a lot for that to happen. But if that happens, understand the floodgates will be open in a bad way, a very, very bad way. You know, Trump said that he'd end the war in Ukraine on the first day he's in office. And just last week, just yesterday, he was complaining that Putin is bombing Ukraine again for no good reason. But side note, the United States just bombed a refugee shelter. We gotta be honest with ourselves and paying attention to what the United States is doing. We're gonna see a lot of shadow games being played. It's gonna be some moments that you really have to reevaluate what it means to admit that you're an American when you're in a foreign country. That's what it's gonna boil down to. I have to start it. Yo. Me, back me from me from Jamaica. Me from zo. Yeah. My friend. Well, I'm from hey, boy, hey. I got bad accents, but I have to reevaluate telling people where you from when you go abroad. Under this administration, they be looking at you. Well, they are looking at America as a crazy way, but they may look at you a little bit more weird than there's some of the things that we're going to see come out of this newspaper. But speaking of Trump in his first 100 days, on Friday, you can see that Friday afternoon news dump. Friday, Donald Trump signed an executive order aiming to strengthen HBCUs. Now, this is a subject that's near and dear to my heart because I am a proud graduate of the greatest historically black college and university ever to be created, Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, aka FAM. Get in my comments, talk about any other HBCU. I welcome it because interaction is interaction on content. But just know I am gonna troll you. Because us rattlers, we don't play. We don't we don't play. But getting back to Trump's executive order on HBCUs. The executive order is titled White House Initiative to Promote Excellence and Innovation at Historically Black Colleges and Universities. By the authority vested in me as President of by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, I hereby order Section 1 Purpose. Historically Black colleges and universities remain integral to American students' pursuits of prosperity and well being, providing a pathway to a career and a better life. This order will continue to work. Excuse me. This order will continue the work begun during my first administration to elevate the value and impact of the nation's HBCUs as beacons of education excellence and economic opportunity that serve as some of the best cultivators of tomorrow's leaders in business, government, academia, and the military. That sounded good, didn't it? That's the that's the jazz part. That's the fluff, the marketing, if you will. When you look at these executive orders, you got to look past the market. You got to see what the actual product is. What's the actual intent? What's the actual impact? What's the actual outcome of said executive order, of said legislation, of said action, whatever it is? So the policy states that it is the policy of my administration. It is the policy of my administration to support HBCUs in advancing America's full potential, fostering more and better opportunities in higher education, providing the highest quality education, obtaining equal opportunities for participation in federal programs, ensuring college-educated Americans are empowered to advance the common good at home and abroad, and make our nation more globally competitive. More fluff. But it sounded better. They kind of zeroed in a little bit, but they didn't quite tell you what the product of this executive action is. Let's keep reading. Section 3. White House Initiative on HBCUs. Thereby is hereby established the White House Initiative on historically ah, thereby is thereby there is hereby established the White House Initiative on Historically Black Colleges and Universities, housed in the executive office of the president and led by an executive director designated by the president. Starting to get a little juicy here now. So we see that this office that is designed to specifically help historically black colleges and universities is not going to be housed in the Department of Education or any body that has been dealing with education beforehand. It's going to be housed directly in the president's office. No prying eyes. When I'm dealing with the black shit, when I deal with the black people, deal with these niggas how I want to deal with these niggas. So y'all can't tell me how to deal with these niggas because y'all ain't see how I deal with these niggas. That's basically what's going on here. Let's keep reading. The initiative shall work with the executive departments and agencies, the President's Board of Advisors on historically black colleges and universities established in Section 4 of the order, private, pri- ooh, private sector employers, educational associations, philanthropic organizations, and other partners to increase the capacity of HBCUs to provide the highest quality education to an increasing number of students. The initiative shall have two primary missions. Dos missions. See what they are. One, increasing the private sector role, including the role of private foundations in strengthening HBCUs through enhanced institutional planning and development, fiscal stability, and financial management. We have got to the meat and potatoes, aka the product, ladies and gentlemen. If you need help deciphering what is being said to you right now, I'm telling you that HBCUs are about to be for sale because of this executive order. When we see private partnerships coming into, private sector partnerships coming into HBCUs, this is not for the good of the university. This is about the bottom line, just like any other thing in business. What can I profit? What can I benefit? How much can I benefit from partnering with this HBCU? This is different from public private partnerships that we've seen before with HBCUs and universities in general, where we see public universities partner with private institutions or private businesses for different things. This feels a little different because it says right there at the beginning they're going to strengthen HBCUs through enhanced institutional planning and development. We're going to come in and tell you how to run this thing. Fiscal stability. We're going to give you some money. But we're going to tell you how to use this money. So if the private entity is going to come in and tell the HBCU how to run and operate, then give the HBCU some financial support, but it's going to tell the HBCU how to financially manage the money. What do you need the powers that be? You know what I'm saying? This is the type of shit that we see, and people will tell you, "Oh man, Trump signed an executive order for HBCUs. Man, he looking out for it. Man, he looking out for HBCUs," and they ain't even read the shit. Don't even know what's in it. And we're seeing this right now. It's the bait and switch shit. The white breads are mad right now because they voted for him because the man said we were going to bring your egg prices and grocery prices down. And then now, egg prices still fucked up. Like, seriously, bro. Like, it's the classic bait and switch. And now I'm going to have a bunch of trying to get better at not insulting people on the internet. Like, I be wanting to put my troll bag away, but it be trying to like spill open. I be trying like I'm gonna have a bunch of trying to tell me, oh, you man, Trump signed executive order, man. You looking out for HBCU, man. See, man, I knew, man, I knew, man, I knew. Like it needs the same. Don't even read directions tonight. He don't even read directions, but they trying to tell me about an executive order. So that was, that was the first part of the executive order. What was the second intent? What was the second part of it? All right. So the second part of the initiative is supposed to enhancing HBCU's capabilities to serve our nation's young adults. Notice that the ability to enhance the capabilities to serve our young adults is second to the private partnerships profits. So like I said, this is one of those marketing and product things where you're meant to fall in love with the marketing and the product really ain't shit.